Hi, my name is Brooke Skinner. Norway is the country that I will be discussing, and the topics I will be covering are some of the cultural dimensions, such as whether it's a high or low context culture, the proxemics, time orientation, and I'll also discuss some political and infrastructural issues. First, I'll discuss whether it's a high or low context culture. It is a low context culture along with the United States, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, and Canada. Low context cultures are individualistic. Their individual achievements are valued higher than group achievements. They communicate information in a direct manner that relies mainly on words. Low context cultures rely on explicit verbal communication. Nonverbal communication is less important. Words themselves are considered to be more important than the surrounding social context. They do not rely on contextual elements such as the speaker's tone of voice or body language. They take a more direct and explicit approach. Communication is expected to be straightforward and precise. Members of low context cultures have many relationships that only last for a short period of time, or they exist for a specific reason. Keeping sight of a goal and following procedures are important in accomplishing any transaction. Written agreements are always taken at face value. A contract means exactly what it says, no less and no more. And a contract is considered to be the final product of a negotiation and not the starting point. Next, I will discuss the proxemics of Norway. And Norway is considered to be a non-contact culture. This means that physical touching is not prevalent and occurs only within intimate friends and family. The United States, Japan, and most Southeast Asian cultures are also considered to be non-contact cultures. These are based upon their communication styles, and Norway's communication style is linear active, which is characterized by cool, logical, and decisive actions of individuals. Speakers tend to be direct and to the point, and sometimes are perceived as being impatient, but remain reserved and deal mostly with facts. Next, I will talk about their time orientation, which is very important in Norway. Norway is one of the most punctual countries in the world behind Germany. They pride themselves on being on time, and if you're not on time, then it seems that you do not care. Punctuality is valued, so we must always respect scheduled promises and deadlines. If you're going to be late, you are always expected to call ahead and let someone know, regardless if it's 2 minutes or 20 minutes. Managers in this country expect to have appointments scheduled for hour or hour-and-a-half slots. You must always make first-time appointments by phone or email, but avoid scheduling during July and August because of their holiday season. They are also a monochronic culture. This means that Norway schedules various activities based around the notion of time, which is concrete, linear, and universal. And they expect this to be complied with by other parties. Some interpersonal communication in a monochronic culture is to do one thing at a time, concentrate on the given task, put the job first, set up a plan and follow it, and can always consider time to be inflexible. I will also discuss some political issues. Norway is a democratic constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary system, and it is a unitary state. The Norwegian parliamentary politics have a strong consistency and continuity, and minority governments usually seek and strike legislative agreements with several opposition parties regarding the specific political issues at stake. Because of the conflicting interest, Their members and supporters have generally found cooperation both in the government and opposition to be very difficult. Norway is also at risk of killing off its own economy. It is Western Europe's largest oil exporter. Their oil fund is 8 times the entire annual output of the whole country. So keeping it from flowing into the domestic economy to keep Norwegian currency from being sky high is the purpose of the fund in the first place. They use part of their petroleum revenue to cover budget holes and stimulate the economy. This puts Norway at risk of doing long-term damage to their economy and could even kill off growth in Norway in their economy entirely. Next, I will discuss transportation as being an infrastructural issue. Although the transportation quality is good in Norway, it can also be difficult. The high mountains and deeply cut valleys and fords combined with severe northern climate make inland transportation very difficult during winter months. Railroads are mostly located in the south, while most northern regions are accessible only by ship, car, or aircraft. Investments in transport and communications is significant since many tunnels, bridges, and ferry boat services are indispensable in many parts of that country. This will conclude my topics to be covered for the country of Norway. Thank you so much for listening, and my team member Ariel will next discuss some of the Hofstede's dimensions, the economy, and industries and exports in Norway. Thank you so much.